Something big is happening on the global stage, and it's not coming from Washington, London, or Brussels. It's rising from the heart of the global south. Countries like Brazil, China, South Africa, and even Iran are working together in ways that just a few years ago would have seemed unlikely. And at the center of this seismic shift is BRICS. This once overlooked coalition is now making headlines, and not just for expanding its membership, but for shaking the very foundation of the Western-led world order. If you thought global power was permanently rooted in the hands of the US and its allies, you may want to think again. If you're finding this valuable so far, give this video a like and share it with someone who needs to understand what's really happening beyond the headlines. And if this topic feels too far from home, think again, because what BRICS is building could change how your dollars work, what things cost, and who gets to call the shots in tomorrow's world. In July 2025, BRICS hosted its most ambitious summit yet, this time in Brazil. And it wasn't just the original 5 nations at the table. 10 full members were present: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, and the UAE. But they didn't stop there. They welcomed 10 new partner countries: Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Nigeria, Thailand, Uganda, Uzbekistan, and Vietnam. That's 20 countries, representing 44% of the global economy by purchasing power and more than half the planet's population. Even Mexico, America's #1 trade partner, was in attendance. That's no small statement. It signals growing resistance to U.S. pressure and a growing confidence among these nations to chart their own course. This expansion didn't sit quietly with the West. In fact, it triggered a loud and sometimes clumsy reaction, especially from President Trump, now back in the White House. He's threatened to slap massive tariffs, some as high as 100%, on BRICS nations. In one press conference, he even confused Spain as a BRICS member, highlighting just how little serious understanding the West sometimes brings to this new bloc. But missteps aside, the U.S. knows this is a challenge to its authority. BRICS isn't just growing, it's thriving. And it's offering something many countries have been craving: an alternative. One of the boldest goals of BRICS is de-dollarization, shifting away from the US dollar in global trade and finance. For nearly a century, the dollar has reigned supreme. But many leaders now see it as a symbol of inequality, control, and vulnerability. Brazilian President Lula da Silva has been one of the loudest voices pushing for this change. He's not calling for chaos, he's calling for fairness. At the 2025 summit, Lula again championed the idea of a new global trade currency and more trade in local currencies. This isn't his first time bringing this up. Back in 2023, at the BRICS New Development Bank in Shanghai, he spoke of the need to reduce dependency on the dollar. And under Dilma Rousseff's leadership, the NDB is now doing just that, offering loans in local currencies instead of dollars. The NDB has become the financial backbone of the BRICS vision. In 2025, it welcomed Colombia and Uzbekistan, showing that even US-aligned nations see value in BRICS. More importantly, by providing funding in local currencies, the NDB protects nations from the instability of the US Federal Reserve's interest rate changes. Why does that matter? When the Fed raises rates, it can crush the economies of developing countries by making their debt payments unbearable. Rousseff explained how borrowing in foreign currency leaves nations at the mercy of decisions they didn't make, and BRICS is offering a way out of that trap. BRICS isn't just trying to trade in local currencies, they're building the entire infrastructure to support it. New projects like the BRICS Interbank Cooperation Mechanism, the Cross-Border Payment Initiative, and a dedicated payment task force are working to make payments between member countries fast, cheap, and secure. They've even created the Contingent Reserve Arrangement, their own alternative to the IMF. But unlike the IMF, the CRA, it doesn't impose painful austerity measures or political conditions. That's a big deal for countries that have long felt bullied or trapped by Western financial institutions. BRICS is more than economics. It's a movement. At the summit, Lula laid it out clearly. The current global financial order is like a reverse Marshall Plan, where developing countries fund the lifestyles of the wealthy North. Take this fact. 61% of the debt owed by developing countries today is owed not to governments, but to private firms on Wall Street. That's a dangerous game. When countries can't pay, vulture funds swoop in, buy up the debt for pennies, and sue for full repayment, often in U.S. courts. Latin America alone now owes nearly 3/4 of its debt to private lenders. Meanwhile, in the last 10 years, the world's 3,000 billionaires have amassed $6.5 trillion in wealth. That's not a flaw in the system. It is the system. Let us know in the comments. Do you think this current system is still sustainable, or are we long overdue for a global reset? That's why Lula and other leaders aren't just talking about de-dollarization. They're pushing for tax justice and fair wealth distribution. The BRICS vision is not just about shifting power, but about building a system where growth benefits more than just the billionaires. BRICS isn't starting from scratch. It's standing on the shoulders of past movements, like the non-aligned movement of the Cold War era. In 1955, leaders from Asia and Africa met in Bandung, Indonesia, determined to resist colonialism and build a new world. In 2025, Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim reminded the world of that history. He invoked names like Sukarno, Nehru, and Zhou Enlai, praising BRICS as the next step in the mission of the Global South, cooperation without domination. This time, the Global South is equipped, not just with hope, but with serious economic and technological capacity. President Lula described BRICS as the heir of the non-aligned movement. But this time, it's not just about neutrality. It's about shaping the future. True multipolarity means no one nation can dictate global policy or exploit international institutions for its own benefit. One of BRICS' key demands? Reforming international institutions like the UN Security Council, the IMF, and the World Bank. Lula wants new permanent members from Latin America, Africa, and Asia, because global governance shouldn't be a club for the few. He also took aim at NATO, blaming it for fueling arms races instead of investing in development or climate resilience. BRICS leaders haven't held back on Western foreign policy either. Lula condemned U.S. and Israeli actions in Gaza and Iran, calling for respect for sovereignty and international law. He accused the West of turning institutions like the IAEA into tools of imperialism. These aren't fringe views. They're shared by billions who've lived under the shadow of sanctions, military interventions, and financial coercion. Sure, there are challenges ahead. Creating a new global currency isn't easy, and BRICS members have their own differences. But the idea that a better, more balanced world is possible is gaining traction. Critics in the West often say BRICS is divided or weak. They point to the absence of leaders like Xi or Putin at recent summits. But those critiques miss the point. The movement isn't about individuals, it's about systems. China's decision to send its premier, for example, was a sign of respect for Brazil's leadership, not a sign of division. BRICS is rewriting the rules. By working toward financial independence, advocating for fairer global institutions, and empowering countries of the Global South, it's offering a real alternative to a system that has long felt rigged. This isn't just another economic alliance. It's a statement, a declaration, a new chapter in global history where more voices matter, more countries count, and more people have a stake in the world's future. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.